Hello, I'm Adrian and you're watching No Friends Gaming. Today we're playing Grand Austria Hotel solo on hard mode with all possible modules of the Let's Waltz expansion mixed in. We're playing against Elizabeth, the solo AI, and her Sushi Resort, which is the name of this AI-only asymmetric hotel. It has these 6 cogwheel markers on certain rooms. When Elizabeth places an occupied room token on one of these cogwheels, it gets moved to the leftmost guest in the queue. When that guest gets to the rightmost space, or if Elizabeth takes the guest for herself, she will score 8 victory points. Then the cogwheel is removed. If we want to take such a guest, we must pay 1 extra krona, then the cogwheel is removed with no further effect. So if we want to deny Elizabeth these potentially 48 bonus points, we need to compete for the guests with the cogs. We need to choose 6 staff to start with out of the 10 that we are dealt for a solo game. I've already made my choice of which ones I'd like to keep, but I'll just talk through my decisions here. So we have the detective. Whenever you take a number 5 die, gain 2 emperor points. So this is a way for us to shoot up the emperor track early, and particularly if we have a number of not too expensive stuff that I think we can play out, which we do. The thing is, this hotel that we started with only has some very paltry groups of yellow rooms for triggering the Emperor occupancy bonus. There are other hotels that can get more Emperor points early just from filling these rooms. We can't, so having an alternative source of Emperor points is pretty important. We then have the cellist here, so this once per round will let us spend an item from our kitchen to send someone dancing at a discount of 1 champagne. So that will allow us to compete for ballroom scoring while saving on champagne. That seems pretty good. We have here the groom. So when you fulfill a red guest's order, then gain 2 extra krona. So we definitely need money, especially if we want to play multiple staff cards early in the game. That extra money will definitely come in handy, and prioritizing red rooms, especially to fill this group for a large krona occupancy bonus, will be really important to get the funds we need for that. We then have the dishwasher. So this is for fulfilling a red guest order of 3 or more items, gain 3 wine and 3 coffee once off, right? So this is going to trigger as for the same reason as the groom, right? Doing a red guest order, just with an extra stipulation having 3 or more items. Seems pretty good because this is such great value for a staff card that only costs 3 krona. Then we have a couple of endgame scoring cards. We have the hotel manager. So at the end of the game, gain 4 points for each group of exactly 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 yellow room that are occupied in your hotel. So we would certainly then want to prioritize filling rooms in our hotel rather than sending guests dancing, but that's what the cellist is for, to allow us to send dancers while still putting our guests up in these rooms. We can get the opportunity to get at least 15 guests over the course of the game. There's 1 that we start with, and then 2 guests for each of the 2 turns that we have in each of 7 rounds. So that's a total of 15 guests, which means we could fill potentially 5 reds, blues, and yellows to get a max of 20 points from this. That is the maximum for this board. We have 5 yellow rooms there, so that's the cap. Of course, there are certain guests that will let you take more guests, so there is the potential to still send some guests dancing while still scoring highly with this. But if nothing else, we should probably quite easily still score 16 points, let's say, with 4 of each color. And that's still well worth it. Okay, we've got the marketing director here. So you gain 5 points at the end of the game for each objective that you've completed. And I do think, looking at these objectives, that they should all be quite achievable. This one, for 10 Emperor points, we're bound to get that at some stage. I do like prioritizing the Emperor track, and the detective is going to help with that too. B, have all of the rooms of 1 color filled in your hotel. And so if we want to prioritize getting all our red rooms to benefit from the groom as much as possible, then we will certainly work towards that. But also, in order to benefit the most from Hotel Manager, we want to fill all the yellow rooms. And there are only 5 yellow rooms, so that shouldn't be too hard. to do. And then C is to have 4 green guests orders fulfilled. And there is only 1 green guest available here now, but more are bound to come out. I think that's quite plausible as well. So let's stick with those 6. I'll just show you the 4 that I rejected here. I mean, every staff member has their uses, but I just feel that these are not as good for our current situation. But anyway, we have the Wagon Master. So once per round, spend 2 items from your kitchen to gain 2 victory points and 2 different items. The Symphonist, once per round, spend 1 champagne to get 5 victory points. I do feel if the cellist is encouraging us to send more dancers, we might need to save our champagne for that. The Laundress, so whenever you take a number 4 die, gain 4 points. Now, I consider the number 4 action to be relatively weak. It gives you Emperor points or money, which you can get from other sources, and particularly occupancy bonus and guests. I prefer to get those from the guests. So even with the extra 4 points, I mean, who even knows once you've played this card if the number 4 action is going to be strong enough to warrant doing multiple times. So I feel she is not so great. And then we've got the Delivery Boy, who will allow us to take guests from the queue for free. Now, I could certainly help with allowing us to snap up any guests that get cogwheel tokens before Elizabeth can take them. Well, you'd still have to pay the extra krona, but it does mean if they are early in the queue here, we wouldn't have to pay these costs. But the thing is, this is a really expensive card. It's for 6 krona. Again, I do want to play as many staff as possible, particularly with the number 5 action to benefit from Detective. And if we get too many expensive staff, we're not going to be able to afford them all. So it does feel like this is a bit too costly for our purposes. We're going to put these away. Now, we should start with 7 krona. That's right. So we are even more broke than in a game without the asymmetric hotels module in solo, because in solo with that we have to start with only 7 krona. But now we would choose one of these asymmetric hotels. We have the Chateau Palway, the Kaufmann, and Korigari Zant Mains. So we've got here Palway. So this is allowing us to get extra bonuses for occupancy bonuses, right? So for a group of 3 blue rooms, instead of 9 points, you would gain 13. So 4 more points for this group. Each of these 2 more victory points. For the red groups, we've got a group of 4 here, which would be 10, but now 13 would be 3 extra money. For groups of 2 or 1, it's only boosted by 1. So yeah, 1 extra money for each of those. And then we only have groups of 1 and 2 yellow. So yeah, 1 more Emperor point for each of those 2. So a trickle of extra things over the course of the game. That's not bad. We've got Kaufmann. Now, this lets you take an additional guest when you take a guest as your additional action before your main action. So we can get 2 guests every turn. That actually would allow us to more easily score something like Hotel Manager, right? We would get more guests to fill up all these rooms. So that could be a thing. Also, we get bonus points for fulfilling multiple guests' orders in a given round. So if in a round you fulfill 2 guests' orders, you get 1 point, 3 guests, 3 points, 4 guests, 6 points, 5 or more guests, 9 points. So that's a healthy amount of extra points that you could gain as well. I think I do favor this one. It would definitely help with our scoring card that we mentioned. Okay, so Korigari here, we've got bonuses when you take your second die. So you add up the value of the 2 dice you've taken that round, and you'll get a bonus depending on the combined value. Now, yeah, all of these are great. You're going to get, 7 bonuses over the course of the game. They're going to add up to a lot. One of the benefits, though, is to play additional staff cards. Maybe we don't want that as much because we just want to play stuff with the number 5 action to benefit from Detective. So alternative ways to play stuff are maybe not so good for us. I think we are happy enough with Kaufmann. Let's stick with that and put these away. Okay, now what? We start with these resources. Okay, we get to start with 1 champagne because we're playing with the ballroom module, playing with all of the modules. So there's a strudel, cake, wine, and coffee as well, which are the specific starting items for Hotel Kaufmann. Oh, right. This also functions as a 4th cafe table, so we can seat more guests at once. That will be helpful. We can take an additional guest from the queue during setup, so we get to take 2 guests now. And what do we feel like? This one's worth a lot of points, and normally I wouldn't want to go for points early, but the thing is, in a solo game, the AI prioritizes taking the guests with more victory points. They ignore the costs here and the benefits that the guests give you, which are normally balanced against the points that they give. So for the AI, the cards with more points are better, and by the same token, then we should prioritize taking those guests to deny them from the AI. The thing is, it's still probably too early in the game to get a card so heavily weighted toward that, when we could be getting cards that like give us money. That will be really important for playing staff, actually. Indeed, this one would let us play staff. Now, I did say we don't want alternative ways of playing staff members so much because we got detective. That being said, this would be a convenient way to play detective in the first place because detective won't benefit from its own effect. We could play a second staff member and we'd still have 4 staff to potentially play with a number 5 action, and then this would give us 8 Emperor points, which already is superb value for a 2-cost card. I feel like we do like that one. As I say, money's really important as well, and we do want red cards for these 2 stuff, although it doesn't help with this dishwasher card. But certainly for the groom, we get 2 extra money. Okay, so why don't we take this one to start with, because that's a healthy amount of money. That's really good. And we'll see what we get when we replenish, then we can take a second guest using Kaufman's effect. And oh my gosh, oh, that's so many points. Okay. Yeah. I think we have to leave that up, though. I think I play this because that's an easy way for us to start our staff engines going. And we'll hopefully deny that from the AI soon after, if they don't take it on their first turn. Yeah, okay. Well, that's our starting guests. Now we need 3 starting rooms. So we're just going to open the 3 rooms down here for free. So that way we are starting to work on this huge red occupancy bonus. And we'd also want to do this yellow one, I suppose. Even if we get some other Emperor points elsewhere, this will still help. That way we can very easily get these Emperor rewards and score more points at the same time. So ideally we'd be filling these 2 groups by the end of the 3rd round. Let's open one of each room color. Like so. And that was all our starting decisions for the game. I've completely messed this up with my arm. There we go. Okay, so we're now going to roll the dice. So hopefully you can see that. Here are the dice. Let's see what we get. Right, so, oh my gosh, it's a large number of 2s, which we are very happy to see. This will help us with fulfilling our starting guests' orders. Some 3s. Oh, wow, okay, 5 2s. And, right, okay, this is actually looking really good for us. But Elizabeth will take the first turn, so let's see what she does. She's going to take the highest scoring guest, of course. So she gets this for 15 points. She is also very happy with this start. And it's going to fill a yellow room. So she goes from left to right and then bottom to top. So she's going to fill this first. She then flips the guest. So she doesn't need to serve them, right? She doesn't pay those costs. The only thing she cares about is the points. Now, she's going to take the die at the highest action strength, which is obviously number 2. And she's going to take a colored die by priority. And she's going to take the yellow one because she wants the one with the highest victory points. And it's a tie. They all are worth 1 point. And the tie is broken from right to left, according to this hand icon. So between the yellow and red die, that are dice that are on the number 2 space, she will take this one, corresponding to Puccini. Now, the AI does not get the benefits of celebrities. Instead, well, they get these victory points, so let's just give them 1 point. But instead of the celebrities effect, they will get a special effect depending on the color of the die. For a yellow die, they will earn 2 Emperor points. Now, if they took a red die, they would progress on an objective. If they took a blue die, they would gain 2 victory points. So that's the die taken. All right, so now we will send a dancer, or she will send a dancer to the next ballroom to score, which is this one, and she will progress on her A objective, so she's going to place a marker here. She needs to progress on an objective 3 times to score points. Once she's progressed for the 3rd time, and the marker has reached the number 1 here, it will move on to the highest point value that is still visible. Okay. So that was Elizabeth's turn. We will now get 2 turns in a row. Okay, more red guests. That would certainly help us, but maybe we do take this But again, no, we just want to... Yeah, I think we'll take the sculptor actually, because we want yellow guests to fill these rooms, and then that will make this cheaper, so we could put even more stuff in our hand and have potentially more choices as well, while working towards green guests. I think that might be more important. We'll take this one. Okay, so remember Kaufman lets us take 2 guests at once. That's fine. We're going to take a number 2 die, of course. And I don't think we take the red one because we have to pay for celebrities. When you take a colored die, you have to pay 1 krona for each of the dice remaining on the space. So the higher the action strength, the more expensive the celebrities are. But we're going to take this one and do action strength at least 4. If we pay 1 krona, we can get 5, and that would get us a second coffee, which would be really good for the count, actually. Let's do that. We pay 1 krona and get action strength 5. So we're going to get 2 wine, which can just go on like so. 2 coffee and a champagne. Okay. Now, I'm just thinking, if we spent 1 krona to send items from our kitchen, we can actually fulfill all of these guests' orders. The only problem is that we do not have enough rooms. Oh, wait, but this one can open a room. Okay, we do have enough rooms. Oh, that's really cool. Maybe, yes. All right, so we are going to spend these resources. Well, we served the count. And so we are going to gain 4 victory points. And we are gonna stick him in this room. And then that's going to allow us to play 2 staff members. So we are definitely playing, sorry, we're down on 6. So we are definitely playing the detective for 1 krona. And if we are about to fulfill this red guest's order, the abbess, we should put the groom out. We could put out the cellist, but maybe we wait till we stack up more champagne. Yeah. The cellist is a once per round effect, so the sooner we can trigger that, the better. Wait, you know what? Maybe we do the... Maybe we do the green guest so that we can draw more staff cards. But this is good enough. I want to do this before we, do the red one anyway. Fine. We're just going to play the groom. And so that's going to cost us 3 krona. And that's done. Now, we're going to keep these cards face up so we can track how many guests we've served in a round. And then we'll score some points. Actually, we do want to do as many guests as we can now. Yes. So do we do this yet? Because we are about to... Actually, maybe we do the green guest too. Wait. Okay, we're going to pay 1 krona to put out 3 items from our kitchen. So that way we put these items out. And I think we may as well do the red guest straight away, making room in our hotel. So that's going to cost us this coffee and champagne. We will get 5 krona plus an additional 2 krona because of the groom's effects. So that's total 7. And we can now afford things again. Okay. And so she's going to live in this room. Right. I'm just double checking what we have to play here. But yes. Well... We'll end that action, and now we get another action. So we can actually retrieve these cards. And yes, I think this might be worth taking to deny from the AI, even if we can't serve him yet. This one's a red card, which is fine. It's just that it gets us another guest, which is not a great ability for us because we can get as many guests as we please from the effect of our hotel. So I think we'll take Prince, and we'll take this red card. But let's see what comes out here. That's another red. Nice. We'll take this one first so that we can easily serve them all and potentially get a lot of bonus points here too. Because actually we've got the cake for this, right? So, well, it is tempting to take another... number 2 die then. We would get another champagne. We could actually just send a dancer. If we send a dancer here, we would get a cake. which we could then go in here. So we don't have to actually spend the money yet to put that cake out. That is an interesting proposition. The yellow guest will open one room. The green guest will go dancing. And then the red guest will go in the newly opened room. That seems good. Okay, we're going to do that. So we are first going to do the yellow guest and house them in this room. That is going to trigger this effect, which is to open the room for free at a max level of 2. But we're just going to open this one so we can house a red guest. All right. Then we're going to fulfill this green guest's order. All right, sorry. Let's do the action first. So we will take this because we need another champagne. And so we are going to get a coffee, wine, and champagne. We'll put the coffee here. Now we do this green guest effect. Okay, so we'll pay these and they will gain us 4 points. We will draw 2 staff members. They are going dancing. We have to pay the 2 champagne to go there. So, okay, technically that should trigger first. Just a sec. We can get a cake here, actually. And we can save a champagne, because if we're going to play the cellist soon, we're going to need champagne to send stuff. I would actually really love to place a dancer here at some point. I think we save champagne for that. Let's pay only 1 champagne to send this dancer, so we get 1 cake, and we can put that cake directly onto the Privy Councillor. Okay, so we pay the champagne to send this dancing, we gain the 4 points, we still need to draw 2 staff. Okay. Right. Open blue rooms for free. That is a really good effect, actually, because there's so many blue rooms here that are all quite expensive. This one, the Danube ship captain. So I believe there's an erratum for this card. So this is saying whenever you play a staff member, send someone dancing at a discount of 1 champagne. But this is actually meant to be a once per round effect. Now, is that better than doing that with the cellist? Maybe, because we wouldn't have to spend resources. Cellist costs resources to do this. And we are going to be playing quite a few staff members. So it does make sense. But in any case, we have now fully resolved this guest. Let's just chuck it in the pile. And we will then put the Privy Councillor in the room as well. So it's a red guest. We're going to get 2 extra krona. So that's 3 krona total. And 1 Emperor point. Then this will flip. We'll flip the room. We have served 5 guests somehow in our first round. Okay, so this game seems to be going pretty well for us. Anyway, that's 9 bonus points. Yeah. Okay, this is not usually how well a first round goes. In fact, I have already failed playing the solo mode a couple of times. And yes, so I really needed a break like that. Let's hope this works out a bit better for us. That was both of our turns. Set those aside for now. And Elizabeth will now take a turn as well. She wants the high scoring red guest, which is this one. She'll score 6 points. She's also doing very well. She's going to take the die with the highest value, strength value, which is all 3 of these tied but broken from right to left. She's going to take this one. It was broken from left to right, then she would take this one and therefore take a colored die, but she doesn't consider that for this first tiebreaker. She will send this to a red room. So let's cover this now. Yes. And then she will earn 3 Emperor points and progress on her least progressed objective, which is a 2-way tie between objectives B and C. Again, the tie is broken from right to left. She's going to progress here. And that ends the round. So we're going to put this celebrity away. We'll update the points for the other 2 and draw a new one. Charlie Chaplin. And now the round progresses to number 2. We are going to swap these and roll dice. Now let's replenish the guest queue also. There we go. All right, so we really need to open more rooms. Let's hope for some 3s. 1 3. Not quite what we need. We do have more resource collection. Maybe the guests could... Oh my gosh, there's so many ones. Maybe the guests could help us do something. Right, and we are now the first player. Well, we are going to pick up some guests here. I think I still don't really like this red one. Let's take this. Early Emperor points. That's so good. We do need to open rooms to house them, though. We might only be able to take a single... We might only be able to take a single number 1 die. And then this... feels bad. We can take a second guest. I mean, we're taking number 1. We're getting a bunch of cake. Maybe we can take the court counselor. I think so. We're going to get cake, put it on the court counselor directly. We can fill this pretty easily because this blue guest is going to get us to close a room. So it could close a red room, and that would be the occupancy bonus. We'll just get tons of money, however much money we need to do stuff. One more consideration. If we can get the cellist out, because the Danube steamship captain won't trigger straight away, but if we can get the cellist out and put a dancer up here, then we can get more resources that way as well. Yeah, but not cake. And there's 3 cake between these, which is a bit much. Maybe this one is better. And 2 strudel already. Yeah. Right. Okay, we're going to take this one first. We'll see if that red one's still there later. We might take them. We are going to take number 1 die. Is it worth taking one of these celebrities? Well, if we took Winston Churchill, he gets us a bonus Emperor point whenever we gain Emperor points, which we are about to do here. But it's still only going to add up to an extra 1 or maybe 2 Emperor points if we trigger Detective, let's say. I don't think that's worth it. Meiji, Elizabeth Meiji here. Inventor of Monopoly, I believe. Not quite as good a board game as this. She is going to let us open the room at a discount of 1 whenever we gain Krona. And are we gaining Krona? Man, we could gain Krona with... Because she is an alternative way to start opening some rooms. But I don't know that we're gaining enough Krona to trigger her. Unless we took the court counselor, actually. Well, it's a bit late now, but if we can get the court counselor on our next turn, fulfill him, put him up in a room, it would get us money, and then the groom would get us more money, is the thing. So there's 2 sources of money we'd be able to open 2 rooms. We're taking a bit of a risk there, but we can get money from this yellow guy as well. I think we will be taking a room opening action next so we can house a red and yellow guest, then trigger this. So we are going to go for that. We will take this blue die, which will cost us 3 krona. And so we will take Lizzie over here and gain 2 victory points. But we will not be able to trigger her effect yet, and we are taking a little bit of a gamble. We are going to get 4 things. That was an action strength of 4. Do we boost it? If we boost it, we get an additional cake, which we need for this court counselor. Oh, right, we have a cake here too. Right, let's boost the action. We're going to get 2 strudel, 2 cake. Whoops. But we can put 1 here, 1 in the kitchen. Yeah, so we'll put all 3 of these items out at once on the court counselor with a kitchen action. Yeah, and a champagne then. Yes. Okay. So that was our turn. What's this cake doing? Okay. That was our whole turn, yes? So now it's Elizabeth. She will take 2 turns in a row. Elizabeth will take the highest scoring guest, which is this one for 4 points, and send it dancing. So she's not going to place an occupied room token. She'll simply gain 4 points for this and send a dancer to the next ballroom, which is this one. She'll go here. Then she'll take a number 3 or 4 die broken from right to left. She'll take this one. Then she's going to send another dancer. It will be to this ballroom as well. And progress on objective C. There she goes. Now she's going to take another turn. So she'll take the highest scoring red guesser. She does get this for 2 victory points, scuppering our plans for Elizabeth Meiji. That's unfortunate. And she will take a number 2 die, and then, she's sending it dancing, but 2 along. So she's going to go to the next ballroom. She gets 1 Emperor point and progresses on the B objective. So she's over here now, and that's that one. Okay, so what are we to do? We can take a guest, but I don't think it's going to help us yet. We can still just get these resources, right? Oh, you've got excess cake now, so we might as well take a blue guest, especially one that gives us champagne. Or we can go for 3. Or we can pass, because we are likely to get at least 1 3 again. And what if we roll 2 3s? That'd be even better. Alternatively, we might roll some 5s, and we wouldn't mind that either to play with detective. I think even though this is a really strong action, we don't care for it. We're going to pass. So let's sacrifice 1 die and roll these. And there's a couple of 3s, exactly what we were hoping for. We get action strength 3 on number 1 as well, but there we go. All right, so we are going to take, we could take this to get Churchill. I like it. Let's pay 1 krona to take the red die. We get Churchill and 2 victory points. Then we are going to open 2 rooms. Let's open a third. We'll spend 1 krona to boost the action. So open 3 rooms. We're going to open this yellow room for 1 krona. And these 2 red rooms. I'm pretty sure we should be able to fill those soon. Wait a sec. We need blue. No, Meiji will help us with that. Okay, so we are gonna pay 1 krona to send a wine out from our kitchen, so we can now fulfill the flamenco dancers order. And so they're going to live in this room, which triggers the Emperor occupancy bonus of 3 Emperor points, boosted by Churchill to 4. Then we'll get the flamenco dancers effect, so 1 coffee. And 2 Emperor points. So we will gain... Oh, sorry, we were meant to take a guest. Let's do that. Yes, take a guest. Move these along so that when we use the kitchen action to put the wine out on this guest, we can put this cake out at the same time. All right, so we get 2 Emperor points, but boosted by 1. That's 3 more. And that one's done. We did not benefit from Meiji's effect. We took a risk. We spent money essentially just to gain some points, and that's okay. But now we are going to use... Yeah, we'll do the Khan as well. Let's keep these face up, as I say, to track... Wait, what happened? Yes, this was the last guest. So track how many we're serving. So we get the Khan now. Oh, sorry, we can't. Wait a second. If we send, let's put this back, sorry. If we send the prince dancing, we can close both these rooms by sending a dancer here, and then we trigger Meiji. That is probably worth it, right? Let's do that. Okay, this is hilarious. We're going to fulfill the prince's order here. So we are going to get 7 victory points, and we'll pay 2 champagne to send them dancing here. So let's do this one, so we can start working towards this Emperor bonus. That allows us to close a room to a max level of 3. So we're just going to close this red room. Then the prince's own effect is to close a room. So we close this red room. That gets us the occupancy bonus of 10. So we get 10 krona, right? So now at 13. Then that triggers Elizabeth Meiji effect. When you gain krona, open a room at a discount of 1. So we're going to open a blue room. And I think it might be better to work towards this occupancy bonus here. So we'll open that blue room for 0, because a discount of 1, and then we can house the Khan as well. So let's spend that cake, and this Khan can live in here. So we get 1 victory point and a champagne. Whew, okay, so now we have served 3 guests. That will be 3 victory points for Kaufman's effect. Done. Bit of a shame we couldn't get this one out, but we couldn't get another wine, and we wanted the Emperor points. So I don't regret that at all. That ends the round. Okay, so let's take these back. And swap. It's now round 3. At the end of this round, we'll have Emperor and Ballroom scoring. And so we'll roll the dice. Oh, let's reset the celebrity, sorry. Cool. So, rolling them bones. Here we go. And what have we here? Lots of 1s again. There we are. Okay, so Elizabeth will get the first move of this round. She wants the high scoring blue guest, which is 4 points. 4 points to her. And it will go in a blue room. So there'll be this one. She hasn't filled that one yet. So let me just double check. So she's served 5 guests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 of which went dancing, and she got 2 extra dancers. So 3 rooms are occupied here. I have done that correctly. Good. I'll double check every now and then because sometimes I forget something. There's just so much going on in this game. Okay. Now, she's going to take whichever die is corresponding to the celebrity with the highest score, which is Chaplin here. 2 victory points. She'll take this yellow die. 2 victory points. And because it's a yellow die, she gets 2 Emperor points. Then she will get 4 Emperor points. Oh my gosh. And send another dancer to this next ballroom to score. So unfortunately, that is now closed off. We cannot get that effect. And she is going to get the 10-point majority bonus for this ballroom, Zumspiel. But that's all right. We are now going to take 2 turns in a row, potentially. But what do we want? We do want to take a number 5 die, right? Start playing stuff. And what celebrities do we have? We have Picasso, who, when you gain champagne, will let you gain a point and a resource of your choice. Matahari will let us, when we send a dancer, gain an Emperor point and a victory point. I don't know if those are good enough, but we do want the 5s, and then we can simply play the cellist. Or the Danube steamship captain. We are not going to use the cellist yet, are we? Oh, we could. We could go over here. Actually, yes. We need to do that. If we play the Danube steamship captain, we would have 5 more staff to potentially play. And so that would be 5 triggers of this. The cellist, if we play it now, will also get us 5 triggers, but will cost us a resource, an item from our kitchen each time. But this is asking us to spread out our staff plays. Ugh. Look, we'll go for the Danube steamship captain. This is also once per round. And then we can play a second staff member. It won't be so actually we'll only get 4 triggers. We wouldn't want to play both of these because they do much the same thing. We play the Danube steamship captain, then play another staff member immediately, probably the dishwasher, and look for a red guest with 3 more items in their order. Then we would have the ability to send a dancer. And we'd be able to get these 2 emperor points. So we will take 2 number 5 dice this round. I think that's reasonable. Because these are fine, but they're not like super great. Okay. Knowing that, which guests do I want? We will take this one, because we might start filling some yellow rooms soon. And then we'll take this one so we can open more rooms to fill and get more champagne, right, to feed our Danube steamship captain. He's a thirsty guy. And we are gonna take a number 5 for a discount of 2 on the Danube steamship captain. We only pay 3 krona. And the detective triggers gaining us 2 emperor points. Okay. And then we will take the number 5 action again, but... Oh, we could do the butler to just get a... Oh, there's a... Aha. Okay, so this procurator is exactly what we want to trigger the dishwasher's effect. Can't get it now, though. So we get another turn. I think we wait. Because if we pass, again, there's a chance we could roll 2 5s. And if we don't roll 2 5s, it's very likely we just roll another single 5 and we're no worse off. So let's take another risk. We are going to pass. It's Elizabeth's turn. She'll take her second die for the round. She wants the highest scoring blue guest from right to left. That is this, from left to right, sorry. That's this one. She will earn 3 victory points. And place it in this blue room here, which is going to put out the first cogwheel on after you replenish. So on this guest. Okay. Now she will take a number 1 die and progress on her least progressed objective, which is this one B. Right. And it's back to us, and I now realize we should have just done this objective, but we can do that now. So we are passing first, and we'll re-roll these. So just 1 5 again. I think we'll pass again. Once we're down to 4 dice, I think we'll just settle for a single 5. Yes, pass again. And we'll keep rolling until we get 1 or 2 5s or more. That's 2 5s. Good. Okay. So the reason I'm still having to do that 4 dice is if you've seen this strategy overview, we looked at some probability and rolling 4 dice, passing over and over until you get at least 1 strength on your chosen action. There's still like an 84% chance that you'll get a single die of the action. Look, that is a bit of a risk. Maybe it was an unnecessary risk, but it's paid off. So we will take a 5 die. Now we could even take this one because we are going to send a dancer with the steamship captain. So we can get Mata Hari. Let's do that. We're going to take this, paying 1 krona, and we get Mata Hari gaining 1 victory point. Now we have a discount of 2 because it was a strength 2 action. We will play the dishwasher, I think. Like opening blue rooms for free would be so good as well, but we've got some effects here that can already open rooms for free. Maybe we don't even play it. Yeah. But then we're only playing 3 more stuff. Is that really what we want? Just considering for a moment, sorry. The dishwasher. Are we going to do reds before blues? We can do blues later, right? We'll focus on doing reds and yellows earlier. Then we can swing into blues later. So we will play the dishwasher. At a discount of 2, that means we pay only 1 krona here. I already regret that. I really want to get the butler out and just open all of these rooms for free. That'd be so awesome. But yeah, let's stick with that. So we are going to gain 2 Emperor points with the Detective's effect. And the Danube Steamship Captain will now trigger. Remember, it's supposed to be a once per round effect when you play a staff member, which we've done so. Now we can send a dancer at a discount of 1 champagne. Well, we could do this, but we're already nearly at the top of the track. So maybe we save this effect. And instead, let's do this so we can get more champagne and money. That's pretty important too. We could pay a champagne, but we have no doors to close here. So we're just going to enter this ballroom now. And I believe we're done. So just checking what I have here. Yes, that's all done. Okay, so now we will finish the round. Sorry, this should be flipped. Oh, sorry, we're not quite done. For sending a dancer dancing, Matahari now gains us 1 point and 1 Emperor point. Okay, now we're done. Let's put this away. So, we'll swap these. Gather the dice. We go to Emperor scoring. Right. Well, we are going to gain 9 victory points. And the AI will score 8 points. Then we regress by 3 on this track. Then we get to open a room for free. Now, the most expensive rooms we can open are here, but we don't want to open blue rooms until we get the butler played out, right? So we're just going to open this red room for free, which could house the procurator to open even more rooms, particularly on the top floor maybe for free. But yes, a red room, please. And that's done. Now we go on to ballroom scoring. Well, in Zumspel, you get 10 points for having the most dancers. So that will be 10 points to yellow. And only 3 points for having the second most to us. Okay, the round has progressed. We swapped these already. We did the celebrities. Now we need to roll the dice. So, what do we have? Yeah, okay. Resource collection. Love it. Now, we take the first action. I am not sure we like these guests, though. Man, if we took the butler, we'd be happy to open blue rooms and be happy to take this. And that was, now I think about it, probably the better choice. But I think we leave these up so that the AI might take them for us. And we'll just get these. Yellow is Einstein. Resource conversion, probably not needed. Picasso. We take this, we get a champagne, we immediately trigger Picasso's effect and get another resource. But I'm not sure we need that either yet. But we probably do take a 1. No, maybe we take a 2. We take a 2 then, yes. So we're going to get a wine, coffee, and champagne. Wait. Just a moment. If we take a 1 first, this will be at the higher strength, which means the AI is more likely to take one of these dice. If we do it the other way around, the AI is more likely to take one of the number 1 dice, and then they will take a colored die and get extra benefits. So it seems to me like we should take a number 1 die first. And now I come to think of it, Picasso will get value because we could also take a number 2 die on our next turn. Even if the AI takes 1, we can boost it. Pretty likely we can get another champagne to trigger Picasso twice. So we're going to take the red die, paying 2 krona and earning 2 victory points. Then we will get a strudel, cake, and champagne. Because we gained a champagne, Picasso triggers and gets us a victory point and another resource of our choice. Well, I think we definitely get a coffee, then we can already do this guest, although we'd want to open blue rooms. Maybe we did need the butler. Huh, okay. But anyway, that's going to, yeah, get us the coffee. Well, sorry, steamship captain should be back in play. Yeah, interesting. Never mind. I think we'll leave things as they stand and we'll see what happens in a moment when Elizabeth takes some guests, and we might work towards this first. Maybe we don't play the butler then. Then there's only 2 more staff left to play. Right. So, Elizabeth, she wants to take the highest scoring yellow guest. She takes this one for 5 points. There. She is going to take a die at the highest strength. So as planned, she takes a 2. She's going to gain an emperor point and a staff card. These are all in-game scoring cards. She gets the operator. So at the end of the game, 2 points per emperor point she has. Because we will both regress by 7, she will have at most 6 emperor points for a total of 12 victory points for this card. But that's her done. Now, oh, wait, sorry. She took a yellow guest. She needs to house it in a yellow room. So that's going to be a cogwheel coming out here. And man, we need to deny these from her as well. All right, but anyway, she's now going to take the highest scoring green guest, but there is none. So she'll simply take the highest scoring guest overall, which is this one for 3 points, right? She ignores the cogwheel tokens. It's only if she gets them incidentally that she then scores the 8 bonus points. So she gets this for 3. And actually things have gone pretty much exactly as planned for us. So now we can get this for free. But anyway, she gets 3 points. No, that's not her. She gets 3 points and puts this up in a blue room, which is going to be here. So suddenly all of the cogwheels are out, or 3 of them anyway. And she'll take a number 5 die. Sorry, what's that doing there? There is no 5 die, so she'll just take the die at the highest action strength, which is going to be a number 1. She takes the colored die by preference, getting Einstein for 1 victory point and 2 emperor points here. Okay, so that's that done. She also gets 3 emperor points, 1 and then 2 victory points for the emperor points she cannot gain. She's at the top of the track. She'll also send a dancer to the ballroom 2 along. This is the next to score, so she'll send 1 here. She is done. We now get another turn. We definitely take this procurator, right? And we're going to take number 2 action, boost it, getting an extra resource. Although we would still not quite have enough resources then, would we? But yes, let's take this to start with. We are about to gain drinks, right? We are going to take this number 2 die and boost it. This is level 3, because we want champagne to benefit from Picasso. We're going to gain a wine, coffee, and champagne. So we could just gain 3 wine instead and already work towards this effect. And I mean, that's pretty important, but nah. I think we try and open rooms next. Let's try and roll 3s next time. We gain these resources. 1 wine goes. Actually, let's put a wine here, actually. This will get us money as well. Picasso triggers and gets us a cake. We can put a cake here. All right. What we need to do is open rooms. If we open a yellow room, we can get money from our tailor here. Yes. And then clear space so we can take more of these and start denying these cogs. So I guess we're done for now. Still aren't able to trigger this. Oh, this will get us wine and coffee back. Okay. We will put a wine here. I think it is a priority to get the proconsul out. Okay, let's do that. So now our turn is done. We're going to end the round. Yes. So let's take these off, progress to round 5. Take these away. Swap them, I mean. Wait, swap them. Yes. Sorry. Okay, good. Collect the dice. Oh, celebrities. And yeah, Gandhi would really help with opening rooms, wouldn't he? Okay, so here we go. And only 1 3, not what we wanted to see. Oh, but we've got 6s. Oh, and one of the 6s is a yellow. So we can do this. That is actually pretty nice for us. We get Gandhi, and we do action 3, so we open some rooms for free. And maybe we don't need the butler at all then. Okay. Bunch of 2s, so we can serve the wine to our proconsul. Okay, this was still a really good roll. Excellent. But Elizabeth will go first, and she might screw over our plans a bit. Let's see. She's going to take a 3. Great. She does not hurt us at all. She'll take the highest scoring guest. Unfortunately, that does sting a bit. She's going to take this one, which is 6 points plus 8 for the cogwheel. Then that's removed. So that's 14 total points. Oh boy. Which puts her at 80. So she gets this plus 75 marker. Now that was a red guest, wasn't it? So another cog comes out. Yay. And she'll take the number 3 die. She's going to place a dancer in the next ballroom to score and progress on objective C. So she's now completed this 15 points. Okay. Oh, we still haven't... I'm a dum-dum. We still haven't done objective A, but luckily, nor has Elizabeth. Okay, so now it's our turn. Let's just do that now, because I'm just going to forget again if I get distracted. We get 15 points. Okay, there we go. Great. Yes, top tier gaming over here. Now, we can't get a guest just yet, but we are going to get Gandhi. And open a bunch of rooms. Do we do that first, knowing that we can house these 2? That's fine. That will clear space to gain 2 more guests with Kaufman. Okay. Then we take a number 2 die, feed all those guests. That seems good. One of which... No, we don't have strudel for her. Otherwise, this one would let us play a staff member to trigger Danube steamship captain. I'm now thinking the cellist might have been a better bet. But if we are only playing 2 more staff members with Danube steamship captain, it can be in each of the next 2 rounds, and that might be enough times to trigger him. I think we're still happy with that. He would have sent 3 dancers total, with a discount of 1 champagne each time. That's still good enough. And we probably don't need more of the detective's effect. We're doing pretty well on Emperor points. I mean, we'll get it a couple of times if we use the number 5 action, but we're not too concerned. We've also got this waiting in the wings. Okay. Cool. So we are going to take a number 6 die, which is going to cost us 1 krona for being a number 6, 2 krona because it's a celebrity and there's 2 dice remaining. So we pay 3 krona. That gets us Mahatma Gandhi, who will give us 1 victory point. We will pay 1 krona to boost the action so we can open 4 rooms. And we're going to open just 4 really expensive rooms, right? So just straight along the top, yeah? So that way we'll be able to house this guest. We're about to do a number 2 action so we can do this guest. This guest lets us open a yellow room. This guest can then be housed. Okay, good. So we're just going to open straight along the top. It's a yellow, 2 blues, and a red. And Gandhi makes all those rooms free. So this one is 2 victory points. This one is 2 victory points. And And what next? We will start housing them. Yes, so the debutante is going to go into this room, which triggers the Emperor occupancy bonus of 1 point and gets us a champagne. Do you know what? I think at least one of these, we might have to send someone dancing, I'm now thinking, because this ballroom is going to get us 7 points for having the most dancers in one of the rows. There's one row there, and then there's this row, which actually extends onto the balcony, which has infinitely many spots for dancers to go. So we desperately want to get another dancer here before Elizabeth sends one. So that is something to consider as well. But in any case, we're now going to serve this guest. Oh, sorry, keep them face up. This guest, who will live in a blue room here, and gain us 2 victory points. So Tenno is going to open a room at a discount of 1. So that's going to be a yellow room down here. And get us a champagne. And then we're done for now. Right. Okay. So now we take our next turn. We are going to take this apothecary, which will cost us 1 krona because of the cogwheel. And unfortunately, we can't afford this one because we need another krona, but that's okay. So. We're going to take a number 2 die and get 3 drinks. I think we just get 3 wine now, so we can do these orders. Yeah. Now, I should mention, we could take this guest, but the problem is, as soon as we do that, this moves onto the right spot, and the cogwheel will then come off and score Elizabeth 8 points. So I think we want to leave things as they are, and we're going to snatch this up in a future turn. Hopefully she doesn't yet. Well, she won't yet, because if she draws a card that tells her to take a yellow guest, she'll get the one with the most points, which is this one. It's also a cogwheel, but we can't do much about that. But at least we can prevent this one from falling into her hand. And it's still a pretty good one. It will allow us to play a staff member, which we still want to do. But anyway, yeah, we took the 2, we get 3 wine. So we can now take this red guest, or maybe we take the yellow guest first. Wait a moment. Which way around is this happening? There's so many yellow guests, right? I think we send a yellow guest dancing to get there, because we'll get more to fill these rooms easily enough. All right, so we're going to fulfill this guest's order and send them dancing for 1 champagne. That gets us here. And yeah, we're about to do Emperor scoring. Let's put this out. And that gets us 2 Emperor points. So we get the max points there. We're going to earn 1 strudel and 2 money and 0 points. Okay. Then we're going to trigger the procurator, spend those. So we will get 0 points. Are they going to live in this room, which will get us 1 krona for the occupancy bonus? It's a red guest, so we get 2 krona from the groom. Yes, the dishwasher gets us wine and coffee. So sorry, we do this one first, then the yellow guest. The order doesn't matter. The yellow guest isn't doing anything to help us with this one. But the reason I want to do it in that order is, instead of gaining 3 wine with this action, we can gain 2 wine and a coffee, because this effect now will get us the wine needed to trigger this guy. So we will gain 3 wine, but one of the wine goes onto the tailor. So that's 2 net wine, and 3 coffee. And I prefer that because coffee is more valuable. It's harder to get. Although we have too much coffee. Now looking at these, they still need wine. All right, never mind. Never mind about reordering things. We gain 3 wine, 3 coffee. There's no need to do any cheeky undos here. Nothing to see here. We do want all this wine. All right, this is triggered. We also get to open 2 rooms for free. We're going to open this blue room. Are we going to do that though? Sec. Just a sec. I don't know that we are going to open enough rooms to really shoot for that. We will open the red room for sure. And then instead of this blue room, we could just open, because we want these occupancy bonuses are going to be much more than the 2 points over here. And I don't know if we're going to be serving quite so many guests. So these are probably going to be the 4 rooms that we have open for the rest of the game. We can open 2 more with 1 action. And that's probably good enough. Okay. Let's open the red room. No, a yellow room. Right, so that we can compete for this objective perhaps. Yellow room. That scores us 1 victory point. And then, yeah, we'll do the red room too. Yes? Yeah, then we only need a green guest, in fact, to close that. And maybe we do that before the yellow. I don't think it matters too much. Okay, we'll open the red room as well. No, the blues. No, that's fine. We'll open the blues later. Red room, 1 point. Okay, cool. Now, we've fully resolved this effect. We've got all the bonuses from our staff as well. And yes, that's 4 guests we serve so far. We serve a 5th guest. We'll get 3 extra points. So let's do that. We'll pay 1 krona to send this cake to the apothecary. And now we can put them in this room. So we will earn 1 krona plus 2 extra and nothing else. I think that's it. That's it for now. We're done. Okay. So we serve 5 guests in a single round. We gain 9 extra points. So we get our plus 75 here as well. Cool. And yeah, that seemed pretty good. I think we're done here. Those go away. So now it's back to Elizabeth. She wants to take the highest scoring yellow guest. Again, that's going to be this one. So she will earn 3 points plus an extra 8. That's 11. And so it will go into a yellow room. Okay, so another cog comes out there. And then she will take another guest, whichever has scoring the most points, which is this one for 5. 5 points to yellow. And she is going to send it dancing. So the next boring to score is still this one. So there she goes. Then she will take whichever die corresponds to the celebrity scoring the most, which is Tolkien for 2 points. She takes a blue die. 2 victory points plus 2 extra for it being a blue die. 2, 4. Then she will progress on her C objective, but she already has. So she'll progress on her least progressed objective, which is A. Okay. That's the end of the round. And we now go to ballroom scoring. So we each get 9 points. Then we regress by 5. And we'll get to send a dancer dancing for 0 champagne. Let's replenish this, sorry. Now, just a sec. We're going to send it up here, but the thing is, like, Over the next 2 rounds, we're going to play 2 staff members, triggering the Danube steamship captain twice. We get to send 2 more dancers, fulfilling one of these 2 bonuses, but only one. Do we need even more champagne? We've got enough champagne to send 2 dancers, each at a discount of 1, to the highest row over here. And that's all we care about now, right? Whereas this will let us close rooms. It means that we could pursue a strategy where we simply open rooms and not have to worry about serving all the guests. Although we do want to deny the cogwheels. We also want 4 greens, but not enough greens have come out. We have 1 green. We might not get this objective. Yeah. Okay. And we might not have enough blues to fill these rooms, which are a priority for us to fill, because they're going to get us this huge occupancy bonus of 9 points for a set of 3, and then this set of 3. So, okay, so we want the room closing effect. We're going to put this dancer out. When we put in this row, we get 3 emperor points. There we go. We put out more dancers, we'll easily reach the top of the track. So yeah, we don't really care about triggering the detective anymore. That's fine. But let's see. We will now go on to ballroom scoring. In this ballroom, for having 1 dancer, we get 1 point. For having 3 dancers, you get 9 points. So the AI scores 9, taking them to 58. Well above 75. So it's 133, but there you go. Now, we will swap these, start a new round. Okay, here we go. We're acting first. We can immediately deny the mannequin, who's this guest here. But anyway, what have we got? We only 1 3, not what we want to see. We got some 5s. Oh, we should have done the celebrities as well. Let's do that in a sec. We got a whole bunch of 4s, which seems unnecessary. 2 6. Okay. And we need to reshuffle. Okay, here we go. It's Churchill. Now, if we are about to play staff members, Curie could get us more resources. That would be nice. But first, let's deny this, yeah? We're going to pay 1 krona to take this and remove the cogwheel. So, I guess we are happy to shoot for the red one as well. So let's pay a krona for the cogwheel and a krona because it's in this space. And when we fill this room, we can immediately get this objective because that'll be all of our red rooms filled. So we need to prioritize doing that. And we don't have a cake for him. So we need to do action 1. But we don't need to boost it. Oh, we don't have enough for the mannequin either. But we can only get 1 cake from this action at strength 3. Okay. Yeah. Fine. We'll do it that way. Because I'm so scared of the AI doing this objective next before us. So yep, we take this die, we'll get a single strudel and cake. We don't need more champagne as we've already determined. And then we'll go directly onto the Council of Commerce. We will pay 1 krona to send items from our kitchen. They will get a wine. Let's put a wine and strudel out here as well on the mannequin. We're going to now house the Council of Commerce in this room. So we will gain 5 krona and 3 krona, because it's a size 2 occupancy bonus, and 2 krona for the groom. So we will score 10 krona. Let's go up to 13. Yes, put that there for now. And maybe that's all for now. Wow, how did we run out of wine so quickly? I'm just looking at, oh, that might be a good one to get, but Because we want to fill both the yellow rooms, right? There's only one yellow guest at the moment. We wanted to open the blue rooms as well. Okay, there's a few things we need to get done, but that was the end of our turn, yeah? Sorry, I didn't mix these celebrities in. Okay, so I'm very sorry about that, but technically, because this didn't change our decision, these should have been shuffled in as well, so I'm going to correct that now. So, let's see what our final celebrity is. It is Mata Hari. Okay, so not much difference there. We will go on to Elizabeth, who will now take 2 turns in a row. So she is going to take the highest scoring yellow guest. It is this one victory point. And I think she was there. Okay, so she'll get 1 point there. And it's going to go in a yellow room. The next yellow room is here. So she will then take the action die at the highest strength, one of these 3. And she will break the tie for red. Red is the highest scoring one. So she'll take red, which is Marie Curie. She will earn 2 points. Okay, now, and we were supposed to do the B objective. We are definitely doing that. We announced we were, I just got distracted. Okay, because now, for taking a red guess, she's going to progress on her least progressed objective, breaking the tie from right to left. That's this one. She scores 10 points. Okay. There we go. Now, she's going to take a staff card. That's this one, which at the end of the game will score her 1 point for each closed room. And she will gain 2 Emperor points. Okay. And then it's back to us. Well, oh, no, it's not. She gets a second turn in a row. Now she will take a blue dancer, which is this one, 4 victory points. Now we flip this. She's on 150. She's going to send it to a blue room, which is over here. She is going... Oh, no, sorry. She's sending it dancing. I did say that. And immediately forgot again. There we go. So now she will take the higher strength die against a 2-way tie here, broken from left to right. It's going to be one of these. So she takes this, corresponding to Sigmund Freud. She gets 1 victory point and 2 Emperor points because it was a yellow die. Then she will get 2 Emperor points. 1 and a victory point there, 2, and another endgame staff card. That's this one, 2 points per staff card. Okay, well, it's back to us. Served 1 guest so far. Let's move these along. Well, we want to open rooms. But the room action is not so great just yet. What we can do is action 5, triggering these effects. And I think that will be the play first. But we need a cake for the mannequin here. Okay, we need a room opening action. That's the first thing. All right. We're going to take this then. The reason I want this one is, when you fulfill this portrait painter's effect, we can get the cake then. And he just requires a couple of wine. So we can get another wine pretty easily. If we get some other guest, there is a risk that we don't get the resources we need. Like we would need, 2 cake, 1 cake for each, well, we already need 1 cake, right? If we get one of these guests, we would need additional cake, and it's hard to generate multiple cake. So I think it's safest to take this one, and we only need to generate 1 wine in that case. That's safer. Okay, so we'll take that guest, moving these along. And we're going to take a number 5 action. We could take the blue one because we are about to go dancing. It will get us some extra points. So we'll pay 1 krona to take the blue die corresponding to Mata Hari, gaining 1 victory point. We get to play this marketing director at a discount of 2. There's a number 2 strength. And so it's free. Then we trigger the detective, who will gain us 2 Emperor points, and the Danube steamship captain, who will allow us to send a dancer at a discount of 1 champagne, So we send out a dancer for only 2 champagne. Here for 3 emperor points. And we're already maxed, so we're getting 3 victory points instead. Okay. Now, house the 2 yellows. We'll open 2 blue rooms, and we'll close them using this effect when we send our next dancer. We'll send the dancer using the steamship captain's effect next round because it will be triggered by the mannequin. Okay, so it's been round 6 this whole time. But anyway, that means we've only served 1 guest, so that corresponds to 0 bonus points for Kaufman this round. But that was it. I'm pretty sure we've resolved everything. I'm just going to think for a sec, but that seems good. All right. So we're going to go on to the final round of the game. Here we go. The AI is going to go first. And we've got a whole bunch of 1s, which we don't need now. So we got the cake we needed. We've got a whole bunch of 2s, 1, 3, which is all we need. We have some 5s and 4s. Okay, well, the AI will now go. Let's just check. She should have played 12 cards so far. Good. All right. So Elizabeth now wants the high-scoring blue guest. There is none. She'll take the high-scoring overall guest. That's 7 points. And it's a yellow, so it will go in the next yellow room, which is here. 1 point. Then she will take the highest strength die, which is this one. She'll take the red one. Sorry, deal out celebrities. She's going to take Einstein for 1 victory point. And these should have been discarded. Really forgetting things now since there's so much to think about now this game. 1 point for taking Einstein. Deal out the other 2 celebrities. There we go. Right. Puccini could get us some extra bonuses, I'm thinking, because we are going to play another staff member. Yes, move these along. Okay, she took her die. That allows her to progress on her least progressed objective, which is A, earning her 10 points because we got there first. Now, she will gain 2 Emperor points, well, 2 victory points instead. She's maxed, and progress on her C objective. So because she's already scored all of her objectives, these icons will now do nothing for the AI. But we will now get 2 turns in a row. And I do really want to take Puccini, but now, look, Meiji could let us open more rooms so we don't have to take this action. We are going to get money from this guy. Anywhere else? Sorry, this has not triggered this round. Should have reset that. Just a moment. Just a moment. Where else could we get money? This. Oh, yikes. That's interesting. That's interesting. We haven't filled this room. I forgot. We actually need to fill 5 rooms. We need another guest. But all of the guests require cake. We cannot both get the cake and the champagne. We might have to give up on one of these occupancy bonuses. Yeah, that is super unfortunate. I miscalculated there. Wait. We can send a dancer here. That closes a room. So the steamship captain's going to send the dancer there. That saves our game, right? Okay, so we don't need more guests. We can't feed them all anyway. That's fine. We're going to take Puccini. So we'll take this number 2 die, paying 1 krona, because there's 1 die remaining. Do we need to boost? Let's boost. We got the money for it. That champagne is a point anyway, just like a money is, and it could come in handy. Wait, no, we can't boost because we need 2 wine. And you can only get a champagne if you get at least 1 coffee. No, we've got a wine here. But then it will cost us an extra money to... Yeah, all right, so that's fine. We'll take Puccini. We're not boosting. But we get 1 victory point for him. We get to... Whenever we play a staff card, gain 2 points in the champagne. And that's going to happen soon. But first, this action gets us 2 wine. We're going to send the portrait painter to this room, which is going to earn us a cake and 2 money. And then we should just take this. And at this stage, even though it's really likely we'll roll 3s again, I don't want to take any further risks, because I think we're doing well enough. Right. So we will take the 3, and we're going to boost it by paying 1 krona. That will open 2 rooms, which will be these 2 blue rooms, each for a cost of 2 krona. So we spend 4 total. Then we're going to send this mannequin to this room for 2 victory points and a champagne, and play a staff card at a discount of 3. So we will play this hotel manager for only 1 krona. Having played a staff card, Puccini's effect comes into play, and we get 2 points and a champagne. Danube steamship captain comes into effect, and we send a dancer at a discount of 1 champagne. We only pay 2 champagne. So we will send this dancer here. Now, this effect triggers, we get 1 point and we close 2 rooms. That will be these 2 blue rooms, triggering the occupancy bonus here for 9 points. Then, this triggers, we get 3 points and we get to close another room, triggering this occupancy bonus also for 9 points. Phew, all right, that worked out. I think we're pretty satisfied with that. And we serve 2 guests in a round, so Kaufman earns us 1 more point. There we go. Okay, so now Elizabeth will take the final turn of the game. She will take the highest scoring green guest. That's 5 points. 5 points to her here. And it will fill, so green guests fill the column from bottom to top here and then from right to left. So she's going to put a yellow room here for 1 victory point. Then she'll take whatever is the highest scoring guest left, which is 7 points either way, but it's going to go left to right, so it's a red one. And so 7 points and filling a red room here, which will put out a cogwheel, not that it matters. And then she will take the highest strength die, again, tie broken from left to right. She takes this one, and she will send a dancer 2 along, but there's only 1 ballroom left to score. So she goes there. That's pretty unfortunate, actually. We no longer get the majority bonus there, but it was more important for us to go here and close a room. So I don't regret that. That's fine. Now we go to the final Emperor scoring, right? So we're going to get 9 points each. And we score 2 points per staff card. So that's going to be 6 staff cards for a total of 12 points. And we flip this. Okay. We now go to ballroom scoring. In this row, we have the majority. So we get 7 points, and the AI scores 2. In this row, it's tied. So we will each split 9 points rounded down. So we get 4 points each. All right, and now we'll go to endgame scoring. So we'll score for Elizabeth first. She has played these 3 staff cards. Firstly, 2 points per staff card, and there's 3 of them. She gets 6 points there. 1 point per closed room, and she has 17. Sorry. 12. Get that right? She's got 12 closed rooms. 12 more points. And then 2 points for each Emperor point. Sorry, we should have regressed by 7. So we're there. So 2 points for each Emperor point, and there's 6 Emperor points, so she will get 12 for that as well. So now she has 225 plus 6. She has 231 victory points so far. Sorry, we haven't scored her rooms. So now she's going to score 1 point for each room on the bottom floor, so that's 5. 2 points for each of these 4 rooms, that's 8. 3 points for each of these 3 rooms, that's 9. And so Elizabeth has scored a total of 28 plus 225, that's 253 points. So now it's our turn. Well, we're going to score our staff. We've got 2 endgame staff here. First, the marketing director, we've got only 2 objectives, so that's 10 points. Still well worth it, in my opinion. We've got the hotel manager, and we've got 5 yellows, at least 5 reds, at least 5 blues. So this scores 5 times 4, which is 20 points. Okay. Now, for our rooms, we've got 5 down here for 5 points. 4, 2 points each, 8. 5 rooms at 3 points each, 15. We've also exceeded 225. And then 4 rooms here at 4 points each, 16. Oh boy, it's going to be close. Okay, and then finally, we'll score points for our leftover resources. And we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 items in our kitchen, and we've got 7 krona. That's 14 more points. Oh, wow. We have 33 above 225 for 258. So we finished the game with 258 points compared to Elizabeth's 253, which means we have achieved victory. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any thoughts on strategy or how am I to play better, please comment down below. But until next time, that's another dead robot.